All right. I wanted to talk a little bit about credit cards. I have written down in my book here September 3rd, 1992, first Visa card. I got my first Visa card, and my view of credit, because I was not financially literate, that wasn't a theme in our family growing up, about how credit works. But the way I took it, for $20 a month, I could have whatever I wanted. I could go out and buy stuff, make minimum payments, and just keep doing that. And it seemed like a good deal. And I also quickly figured out that buying stuff and returning it on the credit card makes it a lot easier. And that if I bought, it was another way for me in which to scheme and steal and take advantage. I quickly learned if I bought something on a credit card, took it home, and if I carefully opened it, exactly take something out of it I wanted, a piece of it, maybe the whole thing, electronic, otherwise, and then put something of equal weight in its place, and then seal the container up so it looks like it was never opened at all. I could return it and say, I never unopened, so I changed my mind, I'm not going to buy this. And I got an item, returned it, credit card, all off the thing. I could get things that were outside of my range. So it became another tool in which I could scheme and steal and get away with. And as long as I didn't get caught, it felt like it didn't happen. And that was the way I accumulated many of my gadgets at the time. However, I wasn't good at managing my finances, and so I got multiple credit cards, and my balances quickly grew, and they ballooned up to the astronomical amount of $1,800 and change, which to me at the time was huge, and I could not see ever getting out of it. But it continued in this process. Even after calling, getting credit extensions, I still had this huge balance I was carrying. So one day, I was walking around the San Diego swap meet, which is like a giant, like 1,000 garage sales all at one time, and all these vendors out there selling sunglasses and all kinds of stuff. And there was this one individual, he's wearing a suit and tie, and he had a little card table set up, and he said, bankruptcy services, $400. And I was walking by, and I look at him and I go, what's the deal with, how does bankruptcy work? And he says, oh, it's, you submit the paperwork, you pay this fee, and all your debt gets absolved. And it's almost like a reset button for people who have gotten too far into debt. And I looked at him and I said, so for $400, I can get rid of $1,800. He goes, yeah. I said, well, why is it bad? And he says, well, you go on your credit, and unless you're buying a house in the next 7 years, it shouldn't really affect you that much. And I was like, well, I don't plan on buying a house for a long time. Let's do it. And so I made a snap decision with, let's make that. And I didn't talk to anyone, didn't consult, which was also common for me at the time, to figure it out myself and go with it. And bam, I filed bankruptcy. 1 year after entering the credit world, I had this was in 92 and in 93, I was filing bankruptcy for $1,800. I did pay for that mistake for a long time afterwards. I didn't know any better. I didn't consult anyone. I did not have that skill set to talk to people about making decisions before I made them. The only skill set I had was trying to figure it out in myself. Ouch.
If you've made it this far, it means you're hungry for more. I got 3 things for you. Click on the links below. For 1, get on our mailing list. You can pre-order the book coming out this summer. 2, our Patreon account. You get tiered access to exclusive content. And 3, visit our social media sites. There's a lot out there I want you to see. Do it. Do it now.